It's been 6 years, 6 of the best years of my life. My husband and I now have 4 grandchildren that I never would have seen before, and they get to know their grandma. And I make sure of that. It was right before my 50th birthday, and I was determined, that I was going to go into 50 doing just great. At the time, I was walking probably 25 miles a week. I was very active. Because of my family history, I thought, something's telling me that I really need to get in there and get that colonoscopy. My first colonoscopy, they found 3 polyps, 2 were precancerous, and I wasn't scheduled to go back for 3 years. Well, over the course of the next few months, I started feeling really tired and short of breath. I was back and forth to the doctor, and I just knew something wasn't right.
Although her doctors had told her that it wasn't a real issue, she became convinced that she needed to seek out physicians in a care situation that would look more closely at her personal signs and symptoms.
I woke up from my second colonoscopy. My doctor told me, he said, "You're a very lucky woman." He said that it's a good thing that you trusted your gut and came in. I felt very relieved at that point. I wasn't glad that I, had cancer, but I was very relieved that I trusted my gut. So the next step was to schedule an appointment with a surgeon. That's when I saw Dr. Birnbaum.
I think it's very good for patients to advocate for themselves. It is very good for someone like Karen, who comes in with a list of questions, very organized thought process, and then it makes it a lot easier to answer the questions specifically.
I think they welcomed my participation in my treatment. It's very much a team effort at Siteman. She put my mind at ease. She put my family's mind at ease. I had the surgery, and I did very well. I had a brief stay in the hospital, and I was back home again.
Her original cancer was completely resected, and she had a very good prognosis. There are clinical trials that are out there for patients, even with good prognosis, they can participate within the trials.
There was still this question in my mind as to whether or not, why the cancer had been so aggressive in just 5 months' time. Wanted someone to kind of put my mind at ease as to, is there something that I can do to prevent it from happening again?
When she came to the Siteman Cancer Center at Barnes-Jewish St. Peter's Hospital, there was actually a clinical trial available for folks with an early stage colon cancer diagnosis like Karen's.
I like the idea that not only I was benefiting, but other people could benefit down the future. If we could learn something from my case that would help other people. And I think that's one of the great advantages of care at Siteman Cancer Center.
The beauty of it was that she lives very near the hospital and was able to come into the hospital, get her chemotherapy, return to home, and work in our community.
Although it was a scary experience, kind of the thought of going in and having chemo, but the fact that everyone at Siteman was just so kind and helpful and comforting, not only to me, but to my family. It meant a lot. I can't say enough good things about the doctors and staff at Siteman Cancer Center. They have a lot of experience, cutting-edge treatments, close-to-home treatment that you can continue to work, that your family can be there to support you. People always told me how wonderful it was to be a grandma, and I'm just so thankful that I'm here to enjoy them. Thanks to Siteman Cancer Center, I'm cancer-free.